Good morning, everybody. This is AJ here, and we have a adventure-packed day today. We're heading back to Greater Works to hang the last TV in Pastor's office, as well as they actually got a new PTZ to go in the front with all the connections that we already did. Set that up, make sure the remote works, we're getting the image, all that other good stuff. Also probably need to move the TV in Pastor's office to a different wall. Then after that, we're heading to Norfolk, and we're going to be installing that AIDA imaging camera that we reviewed, as well as the G50 and some bunch of other stuff for a client that we hooked up maybe about a year and a half ago. So let me get that pretty little thing right there to school.
Hi.
And then we're going to get on the road. So it's going to be a long day. So let's go. All right, so folks, we're back here, and I am pleasantly surprised. They have transformed this place. So let me take you on a quick tour before we start working. Got all the instruments, everything up. Carpet in. Fellowship hall here. TV that we did here. Internet. That I'm gonna change that here in a second. Doors, everything. Still got a little work back here, so I'm probably gonna have to work my way around there, but very, very nice. Here. Got Pastor Alicia's office here. This is the trustee's room. Entrance to the pulpit. There's Pastor's office where we're going to be, where we need to move the TV. Don't know where that's going to go right now, because we had everything set for right here, but we'll figure that out. Anyway, let's get over here to work. Mainly gonna hang the TV in the front. The camera in the front, and then come back here and do the TV. All right, so I'm here with somebody who claims to be my biggest fan. I told her my daughter is, not her. But so I just ran some extra long cables right now just to test this stuff out, because this is the PTZ that she's a little nervous about. So before we start mounting anything and stuff like that, which I probably will mount the, that's a universal PTZ, so no matter what camera you go, that'll work. But what we're gonna do is hook this up with these longer cables to make sure it works and we get an image. But then more importantly, I'm gonna hook this up to a TV before I even do that, to make sure we set the settings, flip the image upside down, because that's how I'm gonna mount this upside down. And then we gotta set it to ID number 2 so that the remote will know when you press camera 2, it's gonna control this one. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we got the image set. We just gotta change the address here and switch it over to that. So the protocol, hold on. Oh, maybe if I point it at the remote, AJ. So go to setup. The protocol is Visca, address number 2, and we're gonna flip the image. Well, actually, no, that's flipping the controls. So now, what we're also gonna do, go to camera, image, we need to get it to where we can flip it. All right, let's go video format. We're at 1080p 60, that's fine. Oh, auto flip, maybe I read. So it should be fine. So if I flip this camera now, it should switch, change the image. So if I do this, maybe I should hold it from the base and not from there. All right, so if we, there it goes. Yeah, so it automatically adjusts, so we're good. Now, the other thing we need to do is connect this to the remote directly, just to see can we adjust it since we set it to input number 2. I'm just going to disconnect this and connect it with a direct connection and just see if that works. All right, we're all powered up, and obviously this won't work because we're on camera 1. It shouldn't work. So as you can see, nothing is happening. Let's go to camera 2. And there we go. So we're getting the control from that camera. We switched to camera 1, nothing, which is good. So now we know the camera and everything is working. We're getting the image and all this other stuff. So now we just gotta, I'm gonna move it to the front, hook it with those cables, connect everything back here, and make sure it still works remotely. So let's go. All right, we got everything hooked up. Let's make sure it works. Got that. Camera 1, and then camera 2 in the back. All right, so we're on camera 1. We can control there. Now we go to camera 2. Oh, I don't have power. Hold on. I need a power plug for the converter. All right, we got everything connected, but no image, so most likely it's the cable. I thought I had a cable made, and I think I do. I think I left it in Pastor's office, but we have it adjusted there already. So let's go ahead and change this cable out. Oh my gosh, I was so frustrated. So been tested the cable, that works. Nothing was working. Ran the remote directly to it. It worked. Used the remote, checked everything. It all worked. So went back to the PTZ optics camera in the back, and it was not set to send a connection. The daisy chain, that wasn't on. I flipped that on, and now the camera works. Took a lot longer than I thought. I'm gonna see if I can knock out this TV real quick. If not, I'm gonna have to come back and do that because I have a call here in about 20 minutes. So let's see if can we hang a TV in 20 minutes. All right, I'm not too happy. We did get the TV mounted, but they added electrical. I'm not blaming, don't really know, but I don't get a signal at all on this cable. So from the back, from the splitter down to the jack in the wall, all that works. From the jack in the wall all the way to the media booth to right here is the only thing that hasn't been tested. I've re-terminated this side, didn't get a chance to re-terminate the other side, but we did split this cable. So there is another coupler that's right there in the attic. I don't have enough time to get there and do it, so I'm either gonna come back, re-terminate the cable in the attic, and then do a test from there, that straight line that we pulled in the ceiling all the way to the back, test that cable, make sure that cable is fine, and then go from the connection to here and test that. But again, I don't have enough time to do that, so we hung it. That's the only thing left to do. There's also some feedback noise that's going on in their sound system right now. Not exactly sure what that is. With the Wildcat, it is a shielded cable, but I don't know if you can hear. I thought it was gain. It's not that. Really not 100% sure what that is, but I'm gonna have to come back and do that. But we did get the cameras working. Looked like it was the PTZ Optics had a setting on how it's communicating on the RS-232 back. I had to change that setting, then everything is working. So really nice looking camera. And that camera, I don't even know the brand of it, but it was only like $700, so it was pretty good. HDMI out, SDI out, USB 3.0 out. That was something that Pastor Alicia got. So anyway, let me hurry up and get on the road. I'm running behind, and I need to get down to Norfolk so we can do this all over again. All right, we are here. More tired than I thought, but let's get in here and knock this out. Oh, all right, we are here. And like I said, we did some work here before. We did this camera originally and ran everything to the back up top. But since then, they have added a TV. And we were just talking about what we're gonna do to place the cables where we need. So this actually, SDI could actually save me without having to do anything extra. This is already ran into the booth. So the idea is I can hang this camera right here. But I am always concerned about somebody jumping up and smacking that thing. It's possible to put it right above. I'd rather put it below. So I'm gonna aim to do that right now. So we're gonna get my ladder. Hopefully we got another board similar to what they got, and I can screw in the mount into that to hold it in place. So let's see what we can do with that. All right, so I found this board here. I'm gonna see if I can use that. But the idea is to put that right here. So what I need to do is see is, can I put the universal mount right here, and I might not need that board at all. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so this is just shy. I mean, it's a tight fit, but we're just short of it working. So if I come up here and see, if we try to see, it's just barely. I mean, I can try and wedge it in there, but yeah, I might try and do that. Let's see. All right, so like I said, it is a tight fit. What I think I might do is I'm gonna put toggle bolts in the wall. Granted, this is not heavy, so it's not like I'm concerned about massive weight. This camera's maybe 2 pounds. Sounds like it's hollow. Yeah, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark this. I'm gonna put some toggle bolts in there, and that will secure it, and that thing ain't going nowhere. So let me go ahead and get some toggle bolts out of the car and go from there. All right, there we go. It is not in the line of sight. Granted, we're not gonna have to look up. I'm gonna have to hook up everything just to confirm, or I could just hook it up directly to this TV and we can go from there, which I think I will do, so we can just tweak everything. Alrighty, we got it hooked up to the TV, so we know we're getting a good image. We flipped it. I need to secure these cables, strap that up there. I need to run another Ethernet from here, excuse me, and connect. See, this is the existing SDI cable that I did when we ran it to here. This is going to go away. So instead of me pulling another cable, I'm going to use this cable for that. So we have a whole bunch of slack. I need to connect the RJ45 control and run that back up to the ceiling and then over to the media booth upstairs. So let me connect that stuff and then go from there. Alright, so I wasn't too excited about pulling another cable, but I saw this cable hanging down up there and there was nothing connected to it. So I put my tester on one end and I'm going to test, because if this cable works, this is going to be the control for the remote. Alright, so let's see. And there's a short in the cable, but this still may work. I don't know. AJ, forget it. Just pull another cable. I think I might do that. Alright, so I had the wrong cable. It was this one, but either way, that Ethernet did connect to it, so that's good. Now, what I have to do is I am short 2 HDMI cables. So this is going to the PTZ that converts from SDI that I need to run. The other SDI is going to the Canon G50 all the way over there. That's coming back here. I need a HDMI cable for that. The computer now needs an SDI into this, HDMI into this. And then we need to come out HDMI and then convert it to VGA for their existing projectors. So we got a lot of stuff to do. Whew, man. Got the cable ran. It was funny. I had this towel popped and I tossed it over the ceiling from over there. And then I got right here where this light is and popped it and just chucked it. And I'm like, I can't find the cable. I came over here and it was dangling over here. So yay. Alright, so what we got to do is I'm going to pull up all this extra slack here and let that go up in the ceiling. Re-terminate this end. And I need to find an SDI cable and get it connected to that. And see if we get an image and then try and control the camera because that's already hooked up. Alright, so we got the camera responding. The setup and everything. This is going through the deck link that was installed originally. Just want to test to make sure everything is working, the controls are working, the camera's working. I'm projecting this out because this screen is mimicking what's going out on the projectors. So this is what's going to have to change with this. We're going to do HDMI out of here into the ATEM. So we'll have the two cameras coming in, but then what we will do is the HDMI out will need to be converted to VGA, similarly what we do at my church, and then the VGA will go into the distribution, the VGA distribution for the projectors and the TVs and everything like that. So we're really not changing anything from the infrastructure standpoint. I mean, granted, we could do an SDI splitter and run SDI to everywhere and replace everything and put SDI to HDMI converters and then everything will be fine. But I'm assuming that these projectors can't do that resolution. So I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I don't want to really touch a lot of the stuff, but what's going to end up happening is everywhere where you see the black magic is going to be replaced with the ATEM, and a lot of the stuff that's on here will need to be migrated and done a different way, because I believe they're using Worship Extreme Presenter. I don't know if they've updated it. It looks like it is still Worship Extreme on the desktop. So with that, now that we got that working, I'm going to disconnect this, which is going to the Canon G50. Hit the stop button. And I want to make sure, do we get an image from that one? Because at least we'll know that the cables and everything like that works. And boom, okay, this is fine. So now we're going to run both of those into these SDI to HDMI converters. They are going to go into here. And then technically I could HDMI out of here into the deck link just to get by for right now until they're used to this. But I need a surge protector because there's not enough plugs up here to plug everything in. So let me see what we can do with that. Alright, so I am done to the extent of what I can do. There are some things that are left over that I can explain to them over the phone. So let me show you what we got. So as you can see, we have the AIDA Mini Pro connected. And yes, this can do the streaming itself, but I would rather have someone here to be able to talk through, so everybody at the everybody who runs the media wasn't able to be here today. So that's why I don't want to do anything new all of a sudden to mess people up. We definitely need a surge protector to plug everything in, and because there's no off button for the remote or the ATEM or the converters, the idea is you just run a surge protector, plug all that in, and then you can flip that on and off to power everything on and off, and that would solve that. We need a HDMI cable for the Canon G50 to plug into the AIDA Mini Pro. We also need another HDMI cable to come from the computer into here, and this is going to be a different workflow change. So right now this is echoing everything that's going out on the projectors. Instead, what's going to happen is, kind of like at my church, we will duplicate this screen with what is going into the ATEM for input number 3. The HDMI out from the ATEM is going to go to, needs to be converted to VGA, and then VGA will plug into the adapter right there for the projectors. They could do it that way, or run an HDMI from this computer into here, and then do a OBS projection onto monitor number 2, well, monitor number 3, and that's what goes to the projectors. And then monitor number 2 will be the HDMI out from here into this. It can go multiple ways. It just depends on how they want to work it. Alright, so I'm just waiting for Dr. Durham to get up here so I can walk him through what's needed. Mainly 3 HDMI cables and a surge protector. And then we have to set up the time to do a workflow. Also, I disconnected their audio that was going into the line in on the computer and going into here. That's why this mic aux was in OBS. But that's going to be coming into the ATEM, so that doesn't need to happen like that now. It's not a lot, but it's small stuff that needs to be done. And I am so done. And I have about an hour and 45-minute drive back home. So I want to hurry up and get this done, help them out, and do that over the phone, and then be able to roll from there. Man, yeah, tired. Let me push this extra cable up in the ceiling before I go. And like I said, thank y'all for joining me. Tried to show y'all everything that was going on, but it's only one of me. So, and I didn't have my big tripod here to set this up to do what I'm doing, but he was really impressed with the image quality, and they have LED lights, like some shop lights here in the balcony that shoot down, and he was really impressed with how good it looks without those lights being on. So let me give him a call and walk through this, and then we'll be getting on the road, and we'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. Later.